If you have been studying English for a long time, but nothing seems to be working, this episode is for you. This is not a story about trying harder. This is a story about trying differently. For 2 years, Jin did everything right. He studied every day. He used apps. He watched videos. He reviewed vocabulary. He practiced grammar. He was consistent. He was disciplined. He never missed a day, and after 2 years, he felt exactly the same, not worse, but not better, just the same. He started to wonder if he was one of those people who simply could not learn English. He was not. But he was making a mistake that is very common and very invisible. He was studying English, but he was not using English. These feel like the same thing. They are not. Jin's routine looked like this. Every morning, 30 minutes of vocabulary review. Every evening, 1 grammar lesson. Twice a week, a YouTube video about English learning. He felt productive. He was productive, but everything he did was about English. None of it was in English. He was learning about the swimming pool. He had never jumped in. One afternoon, Jin had a conversation with his old university friend, Priya. Priya had moved abroad 3 years ago. Her English had transformed. Jin asked her what she had done differently. She thought about it. Honestly, she said, I stopped studying English. Jin looked at her. What do you mean? He said. I mean, I stopped treating it like a subject, she said. I started treating it like a tool. I used it to do things I actually wanted to do, not to practice English, but to do real things. And the English just improved on the side. Jin thought about his 30 minutes of vocabulary review, his grammar lessons, his videos about English learning. He was treating English like a destination. Priya had been treating it like a road. He asked her to be more specific. She said she had started following topics she genuinely cared about. In English, not English learning channels. Channels about things she loved. Design, architecture, cooking. She read about those topics in English. She watched videos about those topics in English. She joined online communities discussing those topics in English. The English was not the point. The topic was the point. The English was just the medium. And because she was genuinely interested in the content, she paid real attention that vocabulary review could never produce. Jin thought about what he genuinely cared about. Photography. He had been interested in photography for years. He had never consumed any photography content in English. He started that week. He found a YouTube channel about photography, not about English, about photography. He watched without subtitles. He did not understand everything, but he understood enough because he cared about the topic. His brain worked harder to catch the meaning. It filled in gaps. It used context. It pushed past confusion instead of stopping at it, something he had never done during vocabulary review. He also changed how he measured progress. Before, he measured by how much he had studied. 30 minutes, 1 lesson, 10 new words. These numbers felt like progress, but they measured input, not improvement. He switched to measuring output. Could he understand a full photography video without stopping? Could he read a photography article and explain it to someone? Could he use 3 new words he had learned this week in a real sentence? Output measurements showed him something different. They showed him what he could actually do, not what he had covered. 6 weeks in, something shifted. He was watching a photography video. The presenter said something quickly. Jin caught it, not because he had studied that phrase, because he had heard similar phrases many times in context. His brain had absorbed the pattern without him trying. This was different from studying. This was acquisition, learning that happens below the surface, without flashcards, without grammar rules, without trying, just from being inside the language, doing something real. He started applying the same approach to other parts of his life. When he cooked dinner, he followed an English recipe out loud. When he exercised, he listened to an English podcast about fitness. When he was curious about something, he searched for the answer in English first. He did not add more English study time. He replaced other things with English versions of the same things. His English did not have a separate time slot anymore. It lived inside the rest of his life. 3 months later, Jin called Priya. "Something is different," he said. "What changed?" she asked. "I stopped studying English," he said. Priya laughed. And it started improving," he said. He paused. "I think I was spending so much time learning about swimming that I never actually got in the water." Priya was quiet for a second. "That is exactly it," she said. "The water is uncomfortable at first, but that is the only place you learn to swim." Here is what Jin learned. When nothing is working, the problem is usually not effort. Most people who feel stuck are trying hard. The problem is the type of effort. Studying English is not the same as using English. Reviewing vocabulary is not the same as speaking. Watching videos about English learning is not the same as being inside the language. The shift is this: stop making English the subject. Make English the medium. Use it to do something you actually care about. Read about something you love in English. Watch something you are genuinely curious about in English. Talk about something that matters to you in English. The English is not the point. The real thing is the point, and the English improves on the side. So if nothing is working right now, ask yourself one question: what do I care about? Not what should I study. What do I actually care about? Find that thing, find it in English, and let the English be the road, not the destination, because the destination is always somewhere on the other side of the language, and the only way to reach it is to start walking in English today.